Hello, my name is Nekola Novakova. I'm from the Charles University in Prague and the European Astrobiology Institute. And today I'm presenting Life Beyond Us project of astrobiology outreach through science fiction. This genre is especially well suited for outreach and education because to some extent it shapes the public beliefs and conceptions about science. It can elicit curiosity and interest in STEM, provide a sandbox for new ideas, not just in science, but also its social impacts or ethics. And also using narrative and in general emotion has been shown to increase knowledge acquisition. There exist the so-called narrative-based learning environments, which can be used in both formal and informal education. And many studies have shown that they are helpful for long-term memory and putting the facts in context. And other studies have shown that they may not increase learning gains as opposed to traditional education, but they do increase motivation for learning. And the media used in NLE can be audiovisual, literature, games, comics, etc. And public outreach, of course, can use a similar strategy for informal education. And such examples are, for instance, special issues of science fiction magazines themed about science, such as the future science fiction issue about future medicine. Or there can be outreach such as Andrew Fracknoy using science fiction to teach astronomy, or James Kakalios using superhero stories to illustrate concepts in physics. And in astrobiology, there are also abundant examples of a similar approach. For instance, NASA releasing its graphic novels about astrobiology, or the Czech Academy of Sciences producing a series of comics about seismology, magnetism, and more upcoming topics, which are in many ways related to astrobiology. There's also theater, especially the Jet Propulsion Theater project, which aims to teach planetary science and other sciences through augmented lectures and theater plays. Conferences have adopted the approach as well. For instance, last year's Exoplanet Demographics, where each day's scientific contributions were accompanied by science fiction stories and poems that were about the contributed topics. And there are also many projects for children, such as the Stories of Tomorrow, where pupils and students can contribute their own stories about the future of space exploration, including searching for life beyond Earth. So at the European Astrobiology Institute, which was founded 2 years ago, and among other things, to increase knowledge of astrobiology and astrobiology outreach, we have utilized this approach as well and created the team Science Fiction as a tool for astrobiology outreach and education, which I'm leading at the Institute. And last year, we have released an ebook anthology, Strangest of All, which was freely available for download and has been downloaded several thousand times and used in classrooms and astrobiology seminars. It includes 8 science fiction stories, each accompanied by a nonfiction essay about the topic present in the story, such as life in subsurface oceans or Dyson spheres. As an example, let's have a look at the story War, Ice, and Universe by Gerald David Nordley, which features life in a subsurface ocean of a warm Europa and exploration of such a moon. And the nonfiction essay which accompanies it explores how ubiquitous liquid water is in our solar system and the universe, and what we know about the ocean of Europa, Enceladus, and other moons, how such oceans are created and maintained, which is especially tidal effects. And finally, it also explores the question of energy and chemical gradients for life, and how we might explore such oceans and even the existence of very exotic environments, such as high-pressure ices on Ganymede and other large moons, and the possibility of sandwiched oceans created by different salinity. And given the great success of this project, we have decided to continue this approach with another anthology, this time released in both print and ebook. This one is titled Life Beyond Us and planned to be released next September, coinciding with the launch of European Space Agency's Rosalind Franklin rover to Mars. We have successfully kickstarted this anthology this spring, and it includes 28 science fiction stories by award-winning world authors of science fiction, most of whom have a STEM background. And each story will be accompanied by an essay by a professional astrobiologist researching the topic present in the story, which range from the deep hot biosphere through exoplanet detection to topics such as life on Titan, or in general the possibility of life in liquid hydrocarbons and other exotic solvents. And the author's sentiments can illustrate what we aim to achieve with this anthology. It's especially teaching people about the interdisciplinarity of astrobiology, showing them the scientific method and the processes of science, and eliciting more curiosity in it, as is illustrated well by this quote by Stephen Baxter. "I'm just old enough to remember the first Mariner 4 pictures of Mars, the grainy so-called moonscape, and now we can examine sand grains." And it shows how far we have gotten in the past decades. And we can, in science fiction, very well imagine what may happen in the next decades, whether we'll find traces of past life on Mars, or whether we'll discover that Venus likely had liquid water oceans for the larger part of its existence, or we may detect some chemical disequilibria in exoplanet atmospheres which might indicate life present there, and the possibilities grow even larger with the passing time. So Life Beyond Us means to showcase to the public what astrobiology is and how rapidly growing and interdisciplinary discipline it is. And science fiction itself is an interdisciplinary field combining art and drawing inspiration from sciences. So it's especially well suited for outreach in this respect. So let me conclude that using narrative is extremely useful in teaching, and science fiction in particular lends itself to outreach because it shapes the public awareness and perception of science. And for astrobiology, it's well suited because of its interdisciplinarity and because the interest that both science fiction and the search for life in the real world elicit in people. And now it's time to welcome your questions. So thank you for your attention, and I'll be looking forward to discussing the project further with you.